We all know that one person who is welcomed with applause, cheers, hugs and fist bumps whenever they enter a party. And it doesn't even have to be a party. Some people just seem to make friends everywhere they go. They probably won't have any problem striking up a conversation with a stranger in the waiting room at the dentist's office. Then, there are others like you. Maybe you are introverted, shy, or socially awkward. You may admire people who can just say, "Hi," to strangers without a second thought. Sometimes you may ask yourself, how can someone be so bold and confident? Very often the answer is simple. They're just extroverts who gain energy by making connections and being around others. Sometimes they are closeted introverts who watch YouTube videos like this one and train themselves to become more approachable and social. So, keep watching and learn the secrets on how to make friends easily. How to make friends easily. Number 1. Smile, even when things go wrong. Most of us have a hard time opening up and getting the words out. Fortunately, a silent smile is all that you need to automatically look more warm, approachable, and inviting. Sometimes you may manage to get some words out, but as soon as you do, you start wondering whether you sounded awkward. Perhaps you fumbled a few words because of your nervousness. Don't worry. Laugh at your mistake, make a joke about it. The other person will most probably admire you more for being a sport. Remember, nobody is perfect, and admitting your mistakes is great for first impressions, as people will see you as relatable and someone who can take a joke. Number 2. Say their name. Try out one of the oldest psychology tricks in the book and use people's names often to grab their attention. Think about it. If you are in a room full of people and hear your name, wouldn't you turn back to see what they're saying about you? Similarly, you may feel an ego boost when your boss or teacher takes your name and uses you as an example in front of others. Our name is intrinsically tied to our identity, and when someone acknowledges it, we feel special and validated. So, when you use a person's name in a conversation, you create a more intimate bond and subtly express that you are interested in their life. Number 3. The power of touch. What do you do when your friend is going through tough times, but you aren't the best at comforting people with words? A gentle pat on the back or a tight hug may instantly make them feel heard. According to a study in Utah, physical touch of even the non-sexual and supportive kind is linked to the release of dopamine, oxytocin, and serotonin, all the happy chemicals. Why? Simply because we are social creatures who respond well when someone embraces and validates us. So, don't underestimate the power in a simple touch on the shoulder or the arm. But be careful not to overdo it, lest you come off as creepy. Number 4. Mirror their body language. According to the clinical psychologist Dr. Charlene Ruan, we are a species that is instinctively attracted to the people we can relate to. So, when we find similarities with others, we subconsciously add them to our inner circle. Using these facts to your advantage, you can try mirroring another person's body language to become more appealing instantly. For instance, you can cross your arms when they do it, lean in closer when they lean in, etc. Number 5. Compliment them. I like your dress. Thank you. I like your shoes. This may be one of the most common exchanges heard in nightclub bathrooms that blossom into friendships. Sometimes, flattery gets you places and invitations to join your new friends on the dance floor. You can also use compliments and show interest in others' work at your workplace or at school. Perhaps you like your classmates' artwork, or you were impressed with your colleagues' new ideas which they brought up at a meeting. Similarly, you should look for the positive in people and let them know that you appreciate them. Just make sure that you are genuine. After all, nobody likes a suck-up. Number 6. Ask questions and listen intently. Don't make the conversation about you, especially not when you meet someone new. Instead, ask questions about their hobbies, interests, hometown, childhood, life plans, and so on. And as you listen, you may discover that both of you grew up in a single-parent household or with 3 brothers and had similar childhoods. Or maybe you lived on the same street or even went to the same university. Maybe your new friend is the long-lost kid you once played with on a family vacation in 1996. While that may be a stretch, it won't be too difficult to find similarities that you share. Capture them to make yourself feel more relatable and familiar. Even if you don't share much in common, you can always use it as an opportunity to say, "Oh, interesting, tell me more," and continue the conversation. Number 7. Bring value to the conversation. Once you start talking to someone and they reveal some issues they may be dealing with, you may be able to help them out in some way or another. For instance, you may have met at a bar where they were dealing with the loss of a job. You're sure to be on their best side when you tell them, "A position just opened up at a friend's workplace. I'll give you her number." Number 8. Stay in the moment. Now that you're all set to make new friends, it's time to go outside and find people. Once you're out there, you might feel the urge to pull out your phone and check your Facebook notifications or play a game. After all, you may feel awkward standing by yourself or sitting alone in a cafe. But as you scroll through your social media feed, you may miss out on possible friendships. So learn to minimize screen time and start living in the moment. Listen to the signs and follow them. Perhaps there is another person sitting by themselves right in front, and they could desperately use a friend. The elderly gentleman sitting on the bench and feeding the birds may be filled with wisdom and exciting stories of the past that he would love to share with you. Maybe he might even have a son or daughter he would want you to meet. The possibilities are endless. All you have to do is smile and say the first hello. And, of course, not everybody will reciprocate the way you would want. After all, it's impossible to be liked by everyone you meet. But we like you a lot, and we want to be your lifelong friend. So hit that subscribe button and always stay in touch.